Ladies and gentlemen, aviation enthusiasts and curious minds alike, welcome to the thrilling mini-series that will take you soaring through the skies called What Makes This Plane Great? In this episode, we're going to be talking about the American twin-engine transport aircraft, the Douglas DC-3 or C-47 Skytrain, or as the RAF called it, the Dakota. So, what makes one of the greatest aircraft of all time great? Well, it's a pre-war aircraft that has performed a number of civilian and military roles before, during, and after World War II for many years and for many nations around the world. But instead of leaving it at just that, let's go into more detail. It was originally built as an airliner in the 1930s. It proved to be a revolutionary aircraft that was fast for the kind of plane it was, more reliable, and it carried passengers in better comfort than previous airliner models. So it could transport both passengers and cargo quicker and more efficiently than ever before, with some people saying that the air travel industry wouldn't be the same without the DC-3. When it came to World War II, instead of the DC-3, you had the C-47 Skytrain, which had more powerful engines, cargo door, and a strengthened floor among other fittings and modifications. The unarmed C-47 Skytrain proved to be a very reliable, rugged and versatile aircraft that could land on shorter and rougher runways, and it played important roles in transporting both troops and cargo for all Allied forces in all theatres and campaigns in the Second World War, as well as transporting and parachuting troops and cargo to various locations all over the world, some of which being a lot more remote and inaccessible than others. C-47s were used for other roles in World War II as well. They were widely used as glider tugs and were also used as medical evacuation or ambulance aircraft. These medevac aircraft would be equipped with stretchers and medical equipment, and would transport wounded combat and civilian personnel from the front lines to hospitals. The C-47 continued to perform these roles in conflicts after World War II, including the Korean War, where they would also be used to drop flares for night bombing attacks. C-47s were still being used in the Vietnam War, not only as a transport, but were also used for reconnaissance and psychological warfare. The most notable use of the C-47 in Vietnam were the AC-47 Spookies, which were gunship models fitted with 3 miniguns, and they would circle and strafe Vietnamese ground targets. These AC-47 Spookies were also nicknamed Puff the Magic Dragon. Other great facts about the C-47 Skytrain are that they were heavily involved in the Berlin airlift, and the RAF still uses a C-47 Skytrain now as part of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. The BBMF used this C-47, or as us British called it in the war, the Dakota, mainly for training future Lancaster crews, but also use it as a stand-in for the Lancaster and as well as a display aircraft in her own right. Russia made its own DC-3 C-47 variant, which was the Lishanov Li-2, or the PS-84, for both airline and military use, with military variants being fitted with bombing equipment and gun turrets. Japan also had their own DC-3 C-47 variant called the L-2D, which was a transport aircraft made by both Showa and Nakajima. In today's world, as well as being used for a whole range of civilian uses and purposes, modern variants of the DC-3 C-47 are still in military use. Air forces in both Thailand and South Africa use Basler-made modern variants known as the BT-67 for electronic warfare, maritime patrol, air tankers, and of course transport roles. And the Colombian Air Force, based on the spooky gunships in Vietnam, use them for counterinsurgency purposes. Basler Conversions are an American company that gut the Dakotas, extend the fuselage, and re-engine the plane with newer Pratt & Whitney turboprop engines. And that's it for this thrilling journey through the skies. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my aviation content, etc. Check out the 2 videos at the end, or my CD reviews, or even the playlist I've created. Cheers.